Okay, so welcome everybody, dear Nordic friends and friends of Nordics. Welcome to our Smart City, Smart Venture Program Investor Matchmaking session today. We are still pending a couple of people, but we're going to kick off the event to make sure that we will be on time. And my name is Sami Askelainen from Nordic Innovation House. I'll be your MC today, so it's my great pleasure to warmly welcome you all to our Investor Matchmaking event. And before we start, a couple of house rules as usual. So please note that all the participants are automatically muted. Please also note that this session will be mostly recording, and the presentation decks will be then shared with all the participants in 24 hours. And we will have the Q&A after each company presentation. We have allocated 2 minutes for that. But feel free to post your questions to Q&A whenever you have those, and please remember to indicate which company your question is for. And then for the participating investors, feel free also to introduce yourself in the chat for our companies. Very good. So seems like we have a lot of our old friends here today, but for our new friends, a couple of words about Nordic Innovation House before we kick off the pitching session. Nordic Innovation House is a community platform accelerating, supporting, and helping high-quality Nordic tech startups, scale-ups, and growth companies that are coming to Singapore and using then Singapore as a springboard then for the Southeast Asian markets. We are supported by the Nordic Council of Ministers and the Nordic Innovation, which is headquartered in Oslo, and we are quite unique collaboration between the Nordic countries. And in our Singapore team are Business Sweden, Innovation Norway, Embassy of Finland, and Promote Iceland. And I would say that our daily work is pretty much industry agnostic, but then we are running these market entry programs in key verticals such as Med and Health Tech. We run a program in that in September. Our Sustainability and Impact program will take place in Q1 2021. And of course, then the smart cities, which is obviously the reason why we are all here today. And our program participants actually have met over 200 smart city stakeholders and experts from public and private sector side last week. And this week now we are focusing more on investors, one-to-one meetings between the different stakeholders in the companies. And then we also have our closing event on Friday, where we will hear smart city development perspectives and also learnings from the Nordics and Southeast Asia. And of course, you are all most welcome to that session, and we will post the invitation link in the chat also. Good. But before we kick off, let's have a look at quickly our agenda today, which is fairly straightforward. We have 15 companies pitching 5 minutes each. And after their presentations, then we have a 2 minutes Q&A. And before I hand over then to the companies, just a quick reminder then how to continue the conversation with these companies and how to book a meeting time with them. So there is a link here for our meeting scheduler. The same link will be also posted to chat. And so you can book a meeting time from the companies using that tool, or you can then also send us the link of the or the list of the companies who would like to meet, and then our team will basically help you to coordinate those meetings. Good. So like I said, we have 15 companies here with us today, and we have grouped these companies into 4 different groups. Group number 1 is all about ICT and IoT solutions. Group number 2 is engage and manage. Group number 3 is construction, and then we have a group 4, which is the others. And we have one change in the schedule here. So FINBIN / Lehtovuori, which is originally from the group 4, will be pitching first today before we then go back to our normal order. Good. But without any further ado, I'm going to hand over the stage to Marko Kärkkäinen, who is representing FINBIN here today, and he will be delivering their pitch. Marko, over to you. Marko, you are muted. All right.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yes.
Yeah.
And you can see my screen.
Yes.
As well.
All right.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Marko Kärkkäinen and thanks for having me here. Today we representing on behalf of Eero Ojanen Lehtovuori, Finland. This is a quite old and very experienced company established 1945. I'm a founder of Saga City Environment, Finland and Asia, work with waste management around 30 years already, last 12 years in Asia. Lehtovuori, Finland is a pioneer in the business designing environmental products since 1945. And in the up right corner, you can see there is a recycled bins in an airport. And that was like a very big start for the internalization. And today we are talking about the city solar and city pack, the future smart bins. Smart bin market is growing very rapidly and it's multi-billion-dollar market. And even in Asia is coming up. It's already North America and Europe, and there is some competition, and we have won quite many Nordic capital cities past few years. COVID-19 will speed up the growth for us, unfortunately, but it's going to be like that. But when we come to Asia, we need customization because the one size doesn't fit all. And urbanization and developing country environments will different FINBINs. We have already engaged in Indonesia, Cambodia, Bangladesh, Thailand, etc. Like in Indonesia, we got a very serious inquiry for the company who will handle the next capital city or administration city of Indonesia. And we need support also mobile internet systems. And there is a messy urban problem existing all over the Southeast Asia. And we have a solution for that, City Solar. It's the biggest capacity on the market, ultimate compaction. Compaction power is better than the others. And what is a good thing that you can use in a container is a normal 240 liters waste bin or wheelie bin. We have actual fill level information. It's patented. And GIT emptying, just in time empty program. So you can give that information for the logistic company when it's 0, 50 or 75, and it's also adjustable. We have a cloud service, which is included all those cities in the Nordics, what we have already delivered, and a carbon footprint decrease over 90% of those cases. It's easy to use and maintain, which is very important in Asia. A very durable materials, it's very robust, so you can not easily break it down. And we have a good experience in hot countries as well as in the Nordic countries in icy weather. As I told earlier, we have an outdoor and indoor version. Indoor version can use in shopping malls, airports. As I told you already that we have gained quite a big order from Helsinki and city of Stockholm and Norway, and now in North America, soon in Australia, and we hope to get the good penetration in the Southeast Asia market together with the strong investor. If you miss somebody, you can contact me or my partner, Ahmad Kassim, and we are available anytime. I located at the moment in Helsinki, Finland, but I come shortly to Singapore. Comparing the other bins, our unique selling points are increased capacity, patented technology, continued innovation. And phase 2, as I told, we want to develop in the new areas, 5G environment, robotics for collection, and other enchainment. and customization for developing countries. And the phase 3 is that we are looking for the hazardous waste as well, because we have got quite many inquiries in Asian countries. Can we do something about hazardous waste?
All right.
And improve it from others. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Unfortunately, your time is up. And then let's give the stage to the investors, and we can take now some questions. Do we have any questions from the audience to Marco? Okay, and we have one question. What sets you apart from your competitors? Marco, can you hear the question?
Yes, now I hear it, yes. And there is a like, what is the difference on the other competitors?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing is this smart technology that we can already, this cloud system based system. And then we have this inner cabin is used by like a standard waste bin. Some others use their own waste bin, or they have a plastic bath on some other things. And it's robust. It's very wear and tear safety in a different kind of environments.
Okay, thank you, Marco. And then next one is what kind of support you need? Are you currently fundraising? Would you like to need help with the different contacts and so on?
Yeah, if we want to have a penetration in the Asian market, we want to have investors.
Okay, so you're currently...
Sorry, I have now a bit lousy connection, so.
Okay. And then there is one more question, which is your website. So maybe Marco, you can post it on the chat for all the participants, so that they can look.
I will reply, answer to the chat.
All right.
Yes, I will do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And now it's time to move on then to our next company, which is coming also from Finland. It's called Spacent, and we have Carlos Kanto presenting. Carlos, over to you.
Hello, Singapore.
And let's move forward then. Our next company is coming also from Finland. It's Connected Finland and represented by Markku Patron. Do we have Markku on the line?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes. Very good. Stage is yours.
Yeah, just a second. I'll start sharing my screen. Is it visible now?
Yep.
Cool. So good afternoon to Singapore. This is Markku Patronen from Connected Finland. We are an IoT company. We are part of world's biggest unified IoT ecosystem and network. We have two businesses, the other one being a network operator business here in Finland and in Estonia. So we develop and operate two Sigfox-based radio networks here. And then we are also a solution provider for low-cost, super energy efficient IoT devices. So we develop, design, and manufacture sensors, devices, as well as IoT platform called Foxer IoT, which is our own software as a service product for Sigfox powered devices. Currently, we have hundreds of customers using our solutions globally, and on the solution side, in more than 40 countries. And being part of global Sigfox ecosystem means that we have partner operators in 75 countries, including also Singapore, where our partner is Unabis. Unabis is developing the local radio network there, and they are also our solution expert, local solution expert, and we are collaborating with them closely. on a weekly or even daily basis. A couple of words about our global connectivity and the technology we use, Sigfox. So it's a long-range radio technology, really low cost, super energy efficient. So you can easily create life cycles of 5 to 10 years for the sensors with this technology. It's global. It works out of the box, so there is no local routers, and it's super simple, and it's completely open, of course. Our solution areas, what are our focus areas? So we have 3: smart buildings, asset tracking, and tailored and industrial side, where we can and have been developing certain tailor-made customer-specific solutions, like a smart lock solution for Finnish Post. On asset tracking, we are focusing on asset management utilization, fleet optimization, some more industrial use cases rather than people tracking. Smart building is really our focus area right now, and they're energy efficient building, indoor air quality, and a smart office, and all of these are global facility management megatrends. All of these solutions can be supported by our Vektorio IoT platform, but we also are more than happy to provide hardware only. So it's really customer who gets to decide which software service they are preferring to use. We have ready-made off-the-shelf product sensor portfolio, currently 12 products. All of these are in mass production, global products. Biggest deployments we've done have been tens of thousands of devices, and smallest ones just couple devices and anything in between, and really a global portfolio for all different global radio zones. Here in this context, I would like to highlight our HVAC monitoring, indoor air quality and occupancy sensors and solutions. And from there, for example, occupancy sensors, I'm not quite sure if you can see these, and CO2 sensors, for example, have been really important during these times to facilitate and enable our customers to create safe working spaces and school environments, for example. Again, some things we can and we've been measuring, and we've been helping our customers to measure. So particle metering, CO2, humidity, temperature, walks, movement, pressure difference, all kinds of really interesting parameters from facility management. Here's my contact information. We are currently preparing for next funding round, and it's targeted to enable our global expansion, especially. So open for questions. Let me just.
All right, thank you, Marco.
Sharing.
Let's open the floor then for the questions. And do we have any questions for Connected Finland before we move forward? Marco, there's one question regarding specific type of investments. Are you looking for money or investors?
Money, but also resources, expertise, presence to help us on our global extension and global sales in especially in the facilities management area.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Marco. I think we're going to move forward then to the next presentation. The next company is Nornir, and we have Paul Christian Levan presenting. Paul, over to you.
Thank you. Let me see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, hello, everybody from Oslo. I'm Paul Christian. I'm the founder and CEO of the company Nornir. And today I'm going to bring to you a new invention. We call it the Syncs Hive. Syncs Hive is a collective network for smart city and IoT. So the problem we are solving is communication. Today, mostly, integration is done by programming, API programming. And we solve this by using integration by using links. So we're using web technology to integrate different systems together. So we have a cross-silo communication solution and reduce cost drastically when we're doing so. Yeah, so we also have an operating system for the web where you can protect ownership of network resources across domains and networks. For instance, if you have like a person who buys an intelligent system and lives in an apartment, and when he moves from an apartment, another person can take over the intelligent sensors just by moving the ownership. And you don't require installation and setup for the new system. So it's an operating system that people can use to move ownership between each other and the network resources. We provide tools for developers. So they're using our tools to develop intelligent systems, AI systems, IoT systems, and become part of the collective network. We also have additional smart city infrastructure and gateways for wireless sensor device and connectivity for most of the sensors. So basically, providers of gateways can be part of the collective as well and become linkable and share their services in a kind of a horizontal marketplace. Using our tools, developers can save a lot of cost, over 90%. Several tests shows this. We have done around 50 demos and installations with our technology so far. The market size is huge. It's basically the internet. Within the IoT market from 2018, we have over $200 billion market, and it's growing fast. If you look at our competitors, the World Wide Web is kind of competitors. The web is focused on linking information together. So you have picture, text, and videos that are cross-linked between domains. While we focus on linking physical objects and IoT, like fridge and furniture and anything related to IoT can be linkable and used and exposed for the horizontal market. Blockchain and cloud technology is not heterogeneous, so it's not within our league. The team is, I managed to establish a good team. We are structured like a holding company with operational company as a spin-off. So Syncs is a spin-off for deep tech focus and development, and Nornir is a spin-off for smart city. It's a previous entrepreneurial experience in the team, and they are M&A experience, and it's a very experienced team, mostly seniors in all fields. We're looking for 2 million euro this round, Series A round, and we have closed 1 million promises from local investors. Our business model is that for an online market, we're going to recruit people by them paying $5 per month in a subscription fee for be able to link and use our tools. And we have some limitation on the online sale, like property limitation. So we route them to Nornir for more like a private network installation that are sold by our reseller network with like a 50-50 reseller sharing model. We are going to establish a reseller network globally. We have some revenue prior to launch. We are launching now in November, so just a month from the launch. We have had several startups to exit, and we also pre-qualify for the Dubai Airport project, the largest airport project in the world. And we have been awarded the Seal of Excellence from EU. Yeah, short of
Okay.
honoring. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Paul. All right, and let's open the floor for the questions. Do we have any questions for Paul from Nornir? Paul, there's one question. If you can see that, are you planning to have a local presence in Singapore?
Yes, so we're looking for local presence in Singapore. We provide like a reseller network support. So we train resellers and like IT consultant houses and IT companies with our technology, and they take our technology to the market. So yes, we're looking for partners in Singapore to explore opportunities in Asia.
Okay. And what is your time frame for establishing the presence in Singapore?
So we're launching our tools in November, a month from now, and then from January 2021, we will start doing a training of reseller networks and start arranging meetings with resellers. We have identified resellers in Australia, France, US, Mexico, and Argentina so far, and we're going to continue building reseller network.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so I'm not the only board member. I have managed to get like Alf Rasmussen is a experienced M&A chairman. He's a chairman, and then I also have an investor that is on the board, and I'm the third person on the board. So we are 3 on the board right now, and we're looking forward for new investors to join the board as well. Yeah, so I am just a board member reporting to the my team.
Okay, great. Thank you, Paul. And then let's move forward to the next company. It's called Haltian, and it will be presented by Juha Alanen. Thank you, Paul.
Yes.
Juha, over to you.
Yes, good afternoon from my behalf as well. I will share my screen. So let me know if you can share see my screen.
Yes.
Good. So Haltian, an IoT company from Finland, Oulu. A little bit about the Haltian. Haltian has been founded in 2012, and currently we are having 100+ world-class experts, customers in more than 20 countries, including Asia Pacific right now. The product family is called Thingsy IoT, the devices, what we have. We are basically focusing in 3 different segments. Firstly, the traditional industry, so smart factory solutions. So this is mainly to help clients to increase safety and quality and reduce operational cost. Second focus area is smart washroom solutions. Especially now, COVID times, this is very critical to avoid of exposure of a workforce and people with each others. So it's a client on-demand cleaning services to save resources, save assets, etc. Thirdly, but not least, last but not least, our facilities, including empathic building, which we acquired from a company called Lehtovuori 4 weeks ago, and then the smart facility solutions. So this is focusing on a client, improved workforce well-being and space optimization. And in all these segments, we are trusted by industry leaders, as you can see from below, as our customer. A little bit and quickly about the solution itself, the Internet of Things. So we make it easy. So this is our platform on a high level. Sensors, firstly, they are in a mesh network. What this means is that we enable the cost savings by connecting sensors between each others. We also enable ease of installation because of this type of a solution. Then they will be connected to the cloud through our gateway, and from there on, we can integrate to any platform the client uses. Is it Azure, Amazon, IBM, our own empathic building, etc. So empathic building, which is a digital twin of the customer's environment to improve employee well-being and happiness, in addition to add real-time data via our sensors and gateways. So what empathic building itself is? So basically you can find or book your desk, find people and collaborate, find your atmosphere, visualize data, find your room, share your voice, or if you find any issues around the environment, create service tickets. And all this is to enable also the visualizing data, which is coming from a real time. Washroom then again, as mentioned earlier, to minimize the exposure of workforce in the washrooms, but also to control the asset management easier, to have the paper rolls monitored, to have the washing liquids monitored real time, to enable the cleaners or the management to know exactly when there's a need to fix things. So in terms of benefits, and this is coming from studying a market, interviewing our customers, there are benefits for all stakeholders involved. So facility management, like Lindström, who are optimizing their cleaning supply inventory or create new service models. Then the cleaning services like SOL or ISS, they have a better use of their cleaning resources. Then facility owners like airports, schools, shopping malls, healthcare, they do have a cleaner facilities and a safer environment to work at. And finally, the people like us using these environments, we're more happy and tend to stay longer and buy more. So I'm based here in Singapore myself, and I'm more than happy to continue with the discussions and answer questions.
Great. Thank you, Juha. All right, and let's open the floor for the questions. Do we have any questions from the audience?
No, we are not raising at the moment. What we are looking is to open the market and finding partners and finding customers to have a route to Asia or Asia Pacific expansion.
Okay, thank you. Juha, do you have any other questions? All right, and if we don't have any other questions at the moment, please remember that you can also email us the questions later on, and then we can. Okay, we have one more here.
Yeah, specific partners. Firstly, the ones who are having an existing environment in order, if there's a need for the local exposure, like for the government projects and so on, but also the direct customers. So as I mentioned in a presentation, that the installation is actually so easy that it can be done without the expertise. So partners in terms of if there's a requirement for the local partners, and then the customers. Those are the ones we're looking for at the moment.
Okay, thank you for Lars for the questions. And I think we can then move forward for the next presentation. So our next company is SmartWatcher. It will be presented by Pauli Tarna. Pauli, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Sami. Just a second, so I will see if I can have this running. Do you see it now?
Yep.
Okay, good afternoon, Singapore. I'm Pauli from SmartWatcher. SmartWatcher is an IoT company specialized in high-quality, real-time indoor air quality monitoring to professional customers, to B2G and B2B sectors. The problem is, of course, that today with the pandemic, the non-working ventilation is enhancing virus and bacteria spreading. So we should monitor the air to know if it's clean or not. We shouldn't forget also that the poor indoor air is one of the major global health issues, having huge cost on a global level. As an example, in Finland, we are about the same size as Singapore in population, and annual healthcare costs directly related to poor indoor air are over €500 million. A few words about market. Markets made a study a couple of years ago that the indoor air quality monitoring market would reach $4.6+ billion in a couple of years. And the annual growth pace is around 10%. But now with the pandemic, the awareness is growing rapidly, and we expect that the growth will be even a lot stronger. We see it from all the markets. There's more and more inquiries for us. We position the market as one of the first ones for the B2B sector. We have been monitoring our customer sites since 2016. We deliver high quality and high value data with high quality sensors. And we have actually been seen as the most preferred partner by main customers on our markets. We have monitored thousands of sites in Finland and abroad, also we're present in Singapore. Our monitor is used in schools, kindergartens, hospitals, and wherever you can think of. Why us? One of the main things why we have been seen as a preferred partner is that we're working very closely in research with both Aalto University and the VTT Technical Research Center. We have all the accurate quality sensors in one box. If you see me, this is the box, and you get reliable data out of it. We have the ability to consult our customers, so we have the expertise in-house. And if you think about the green building certification, there's a growing demand for that, like for LEED and WELL certification. You can do it all with one box, one set of sensors. Our business model, it's a total turnkey offer, including problem solving. In Finland, we are renting with a fixed monthly fee. We have been able to keep the fee the same since the beginning. Global sales should be done, will have been done via partner network with the sales price and subscription for the monthly recurring costs. Customer first, that's our motto. We are flexible and we have excellent service. Technology, a few words about it. We have the measuring unit, as you see in the picture. We have also our own real-time cloud-based 24/7 service. Sensors are coming from US and European suppliers. We are working very closely with them and their research. We have outsourced assembly in Finland. It's very easy to scale up. We have a lot of capacity, and we focus very strongly on the R&D. Last year, we spent more than half of our turnover to develop the technology. Our go-to-market strategy is using local professional partners abroad for sales and after sales. We don't make any exclusive agreements. We have uniform pricing throughout the world. We give very strong support from headquarters. Presence is important. Local subsidiaries are on our roadmap, also for Singapore. Our growth plan is very ambitious. Last year, we made about 700K, and the growth has been for the year to year up to more than 75%. We don't have any investor in yet. Growth has been funded by own money and steady cash flow. We will have our fourth generation technology out early next year. In Singapore, we're looking of course, for networks, but also funding. They round for €2 million would help us with the global growth, further R&D, and also recruitment. There's my contact information, and now it's time for questions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Pauli. All right. And do we have any questions from the audience? And Pauli, we have one question there regarding your local presence here in Singapore.
Well, we have already partners. We have two distributors for the support for our customers. But of course, all the networks and all the contacts are important for the business.
Thank you, Pauli. Okay, and if we don't have...
Just will add to the local presence. We are working very closely with the Indoor Equality Association in Singapore, so we have the best possible expertise on site already. So,
okay, good. Thanks for clarifying that. All right. Okay. If no more questions, then let's move forward. And next company will be Disruptive Technologies, and we have Erik Fossum presenting. Erik, over to you.
Thank you. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so we are Disruptive Technologies. My name is Erik Færvåg, and I'm the founder and president. And we built the world's smallest wireless sensor. I want to start just by placing ourselves into the ecosystem, who we are. So we provide input devices for all the applications and the advanced analytics that is out there. We're not building the applications ourselves. We have our own manufacturing line. We're making our own semiconductors. We're running the operations on the telco side, or managing the telco side. So it's basically by providing the smallest sensor and the infrastructure for the applications and the analytic systems out there. That's what we do. As mentioned, it's the world's smallest wireless sensor. It's as a stamp, it's always on, and it reports every 15 minutes, or when you touch it, it triggers instantly and it sends an event to the cloud. And with that, it has the battery lifetime of 15 years. There's no one else even near us. There's a very simple installation as well. There's no passwords, there's nothing. Basically, you just glue these stickers wherever you want data from. And it's an extreme quality, from -40 degrees to +85 degrees. 100% watertight. It's touch, which you can use for buttons. It's also a tactile feedback button. Temperature has a thermometer, proximity, water, and humidity. And there's endless of new sensors to come. All the sensors in the world talk to all the gateways, so the cloud connectors in the world. There is no buttons on the cloud connector either. You can add more cloud connectors if you want to increase the range, or if you want more redundancy in your system. This relays the information to the cloud, and that again is connected to the application. And we have low power band like LoRa and Sigfox and so on the roadmap for the cloud connector. The whole system is end-to-end encrypted. We have a fleet management system so that you can operate Disruptive as if it was a telco yourself. And everything on that fleet management system is based on our API. We typically sell kits, pilot kits, and then move that into volume sales with partners. And then we have an SLA, and an agreement around that. Just wanted to skim through some use cases, because we as a company are agnostic to the use case and the application. As mentioned, that's by our partners. Here is in power utilities, where they put sensors on high voltage switches. Here is in cabinets and substations, fuses, power door, water. This is a big application for us. Thousands of sensors is rolled out with utilities. Unwanted access, you see the sensor on the door here. Here is too hot to cold complaints with CBRE. Here is with ISS and smart washrooms. We have a global framework agreement with ISS. There's very good ROI in these cases, and that starts to be visible now through the new applications that is coming. Occupancy detection, if there is a person on the desk or not, that's something our partners use our sensors for. Pipe monitoring, here's Legionella, we do that with JLL. We work very closely with JLL. Here is a water level detection. and leakage detection. And here is localization of is asset tracking in general. In hospital, we use it for where equipment is, for example, breathing machine, what room it is in, and if it's in use or not, wheelchairs and beds and so on. And energy savings also has a good ROI. The challenge there is often getting information from the field, but that you can do with sensors. We launched our product with an alphabet company 2 weeks ago. So there was a lot of interest around that. And as you see in the picture, their standard offering is with our sensors. Here are some competitors out in the field. As mentioned, we have the full IP in-house for the hardware, including the semiconductor and the manufacturing line, which we've set up in Germany. And we now have about 90,000 to 100,000 sensors in the field, and that's growing rapidly. We have a lot of awards, Gartner Pool Vendor, Qualitative, Best PropTech Technology in the world with MIPIM, and we won an award last week with Redundancy, Best Corporate Real Estate Technology. What we're looking for is strategic product rollouts, someone to build the IoT ecosystem with in Asia, growth management and international expansion. Currently, we are in the EU and the US. So my email is on the bottom there, is Eric with a K, and that's it from us. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Eric. All right, and let's open the floor for the questions. And Eric, we have already one question there. How is it working in the case of redundancy backup by power outage?
Yeah, so the sensor itself is the one that is storing the information. So if power goes out, it doesn't matter with the infrastructure. That's stored, all the data points is stored in the sensors for a long time. And so when you go up again, when the network comes up again, it relays its information. Okay. Next year, facing, yeah, go on, Sami.
No, it was about the next question, about are you currently fundraising?
Yeah, so yes, we're starting to prepare for a fundraising next year, and likely winter, spring. So we're building that investor presentation as we speak. So interested to talk if there is any interest.
All right, I think we have time. One more quick question if we have any more coming from the audience. If no, thank you so much, Eric, for your presentation. And Disruptive Technologies was the last company from the ICT and IoT group, and now we're going to move forward then with the Engage and Manage group. And the first company presenting from there is Chaos Architects, and we have Natalia Rinko. Natalia, over to you.
Hi, and nice to meet you all. I am Natalia, as Sami just said, from Chaos. And we are an urban forecasting company with traction in the Nordics and EU. And we have validated our offering with 14 customers. And according to them, for any organization that needs to rationalize and justify their decisions, a key question is how to manipulate multiple data sources. So what we do is that we deliver insights to support everyday decision-making processes and strategies in the real estate investment industry. Now, the problem we tackle at Chaos refers to how real estate investment and development is done today. So we know that every year, real estate industry invests trillions of dollars in decisions based in inaccurate insights, expensive data, and reports. And our customers use time, resources, and money to get a hold of understanding of the location in order to make better decisions. So Chaos provides a one-stop solution that helps our customers get fast insights regarding worldwide locations. So our platform aggregates crowds and urban data. This means geolocated data, to provide analytics and forecasts and minimize risk for our customers. So they get a chance to explore and understand crowds, monitor and benchmark locations, and get beautiful and instant reporting. And our business model is SaaS-based, This means that we offer 4 different types of subscriptions to our customers. And our cloud platform is built on top of our core data platform and proprietary AI. So we also enable our customers to integrate their data through plug-and-play systems. And by doing so, we are able to get more insights for them to their portfolio. We have, when our customers get access to our subscription, they get access to multiple insights and different reporting. Each subscription contains different features. For example, if you are developing property, you probably want to get a hold of Chaos Assets, which gives you insights about crowds feedback, market prices, footfall, available services in the area, overall something that helps you understand the market. So a market analysis report. It also enables you to manage your portfolio. Now, when you get access to our subscription, you can access that through a mobile app or through a web-based dashboard. And then you're able to interact with our dashboard, which is very intuitive through a map-based interface. Now, during COVID, there has been a dramatic change in the importance of having real and live data regarding crowds. And in the aftermath of the pandemics, we will see the rise of analytics companies helping to make sense of crowds' behavior in order to reactivate the economy and investments. And why you should trust us. We are different from our competitors in the market because they focus only in resident feedback or only in location analysis. But most of them lack a holistic view of the specific needs of a location considering different parameters, including non-traditional factors. We differentiate from them because we are the only startup offering comprehensive insights and forecasting through machine learning. We are a team of 9 experts in urban planning and data science. We have strong PhD backgrounds, and we are serious at making business and backed up by our shareholders, which are strong experts in real estate industry and growth businesses. We are backed up by a board, again, with strong background in startups and enabling them to grow and real estate investment. And we are looking for, actually we have an open round. We are looking for 1.5 million. And your investment will help us to accomplish 3 things. In turn, during the 18 months, we expect to grow to 4.5 million euros of annual revenue. And as I said in the beginning, like COVID has made us the most relevant startup today. So we have no doubt that we are in the right market at the right time with the right team. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Natalia. And let's open the floor for the questions.
Do I see the questions? Let me see.
Yeah, you should see them when they pop up. And while we're waiting the questions, Natalia, can you tell us a little bit more about your Singapore roadmap and the plan?
Yes, the way that we look at scaling is to go to those markets that are smart city driven. Singapore is on top of the list in the world of the top 15 markets with smart city initiatives. So this is a market that we constantly look at, one of our target scaling markets.
Okay.
And yes, we are raising right now 1.5 million euros. We don't share personal, so there's a question about integrity capturing crowd data. We don't share people's specifics. We are more interested in data or big data. So we are interested in how the spaces are being used or how crowds behave as a whole. So we have GDPR policies in place.
Good. And are you only looking for investors in Singapore, Southeast Asia, or is it something else also?
We consider that Singapore is one of the most advanced city in smart cities, like in Southeast Asia. There's a lot of initiatives to integrate data into platforms, so we are very interested in that. In this program, we are looking also for data partners and some customerships. So yeah, we already have some customers that have presence in Singapore, like Kone, FCG, and Rambo. So we are also looking through them.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And if no more questions from the audience, let's then move forward. Thank you, Natalia. Next company is also coming from Finland. It's called Citynomadi, and we have Merja Taipalemäki presenting. Merja, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Merja Taipalemäki, and I'm the CEO of Citynomadi. So what is Citynomadi doing? We visualize interactivity and operations on maps. And our offering to Singapore Smart City is an easy-to-use map cloud service for the construction time, wayfinding in the area, but also during the whole life cycle of the infrastructure. We offer the real-time data feed on maps. We offer secure smart wayfinding. You can easily add local area and blueprint maps on our SaaS service. So thank you for the efficient SaaS service of ours. We are able to combine both global and local maps on the data feed we get to our cloud service, which can be open data sources such as weather and noise detection, prioritized data of stakeholders such as crowd management, IoT feed of any kind. Citynomadi is neutral for the data feed source. So here is a snapshot of the craft tool of Citynomadi, where our clients are able to insert geo items and create wayfinder lines on the, our dashboard. You can have different layers. So once you have this craft layer, you are able to add open data of any kind and create interactive maps of your choice. As a valid reference, I present a hospital campus area navigation during the renovation period. Here you can find the approaching information for the patients because the area is in operation all the time. You can notice it's possible to manage the restricted areas. You are able to show the up-to-date information of the hospital services inside the buildings. You can get the real-time statistics of the usage, so you can follow the crowd management in the area. It's possible to zoom the map according to your focus, also on info screens. So once you have an approaching map, you are able to focus in the area, the certain building in the area, and then of course you are able to step inside the building when reach the right place. And this is another reference of ours. It's a hospital location and a particularly indoor location. You can find each floor and switch between them automatically. You can find detailed information of the services, which can be updated automatically. There can be a wayfinding from the front door to the clinic or from home to the doctor's appointment. And the service is easy to scale to any locations worldwide, nationwide, and building-wide. And what we are looking for in Singapore, we want to open the discussions with investors. We are raising investments at this time, and I'm happy to share our investor pitch deck with you for detailed information. We're also looking for business partnership with companies and corporates, and of course new clients on B2B basis. Our team is located in Finland at the moment, but it's possible to have an office in Singapore as well. We have already connections there. Our core team is owning the shareholders in Citynomadi, and they are committed to company since the company started in 2009. Our technology research and development is in-house, and what we are planning to do at the moment, we are planning to sharpen the sales and marketing team, and also research and development team functions. So I thank you for your attention, and I invite you to download the Nomadi application in order to understand how it will benefit the end users wherever they go. Thank you.
Great. Very good. Thank you so much, Merja. And let's open the floor for the questions. So we already have one. What can you offer for tourism, especially times like COVID-19?
Well, actually, we've found that the COVID-19 has been quite, it's been improved so-called staycation tourism, the meaning people staying in the nearby areas and trying to find new attractions, new kind of a new way to their living area or nearby areas. And in this case, we have helped many visit organizations, many countries to visualize the market supply of them, so it can open new kind of possibilities. Also, it keeps the area fresh for the visitors. Once you want to go to the Rome one day, and at the moment it's not possible, but the Visit Rome organization can use our service as a freshener for the tourists who will be visiting them.
Okay, and you mentioned that you are fundraising, and how much you are fundraising at the moment?
Well, our focus is 1 million to 1.5 million euros on this round.
Okay, good. And we have one more question, which is, what is your traction today, customers?
Well, yes, I mentioned that we have 3 different business segments. We have customers in each of them, and we have 200 plus business customers at the moment, and our target is to gain 50 plus customers on a yearly basis. So when we started 2009, we had already paying customers then.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Merja, for your
Thank
presentation. And thank you for all the questions from the audience. And let's move forward. The next company is Locia Solutions, and we have Emilia Rönkä presenting. Emilia, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Sami. Okay, hope you see my screen.
Yep.
So, Locia Solutions is an urban tech company that provides a digital tool for anticipatory planning and capacity management for smart city services like schools, kindergartens, healthcare clinics, and so on. And what we do, we combine property asset management to service operations management. In other words, like management of buildings and the operations inside them. And with our systems approach, when we combine planning, analytics, and resource management, we are able to actually create a decision support system for smart urban governance. And basically, our mission is that we will replace the conventional manual data gathering reports and replace them with a digital technology-based solution. And our solution is called Capacity. It's basically an easy-to-use web-based tool, and it is based on automated data flows and always up-to-date information. Some of the features it provides for the users are related to the ability of creating different network scenarios, and in that way optimize the location and size of new service units based on the actual capacity of supply and demand. And it enables planners to add new units on the fly, and that then simulate the effects of new schools before the actual implementation. And it gives also an up-to-date view on capital and operational expenditures, and of course allows real-time monitoring of the network performance. Just quickly, we basically combine different data sets, internal and external sources, and can also add sensor data and big data in the future. And eventually, what we do, we will create a digital twin of the service network operations. Our developer client, the city of Helsinki, have identified significant financial savings with our solution, and most importantly, the enhanced ability to answer these critical questions. How much service capacity is needed now and in the future? Where to build new service units, and when and how much to invest. Our team is based on research excellence and years of experience in the built environment sector. We have already gained some awards and traction in Finland, and are now looking for scaling up with other smart cities. And as our solution is SaaS-based, we can easily scale to different service segments from daycare to healthcare, and of course, to offer this to other smart cities worldwide, but also to do the private sector service operations as well, like for instance, hospitality industry. And as an example, the Singapore health childcare industry, the statistics show that there is over 2,500 service units within Singapore. So I could imagine that using such a systemic approach and capacity management tool, the stakeholders really could enhance their operations. And why we think that we stack up against competition is that we really know the pain ourselves, so the problems, and we can offer effective feel for it. So a simple digital solution to a complex problem. Well, thanks for listening, and I would be happy to book a meeting with you and also invite our Nordic partners to discuss with us, because we are also looking for technological partners. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Emilia. Can you clarify that are you fundraising at the moment?
We are thinking about having a fundraising around next spring. So yes.
Okay. And how about your roadmap to presence in Singapore? We had a question from the audience.
Yes, at the moment our tech partner is already doing working with clients in Singapore. So we are looking for pilots, maybe in childcare or healthcare or elderly care service operations. So in that sense, we are highlighting the importance of finding a pilot customer.
Okay, good. Thank you. Right. And do we have any other questions from the audience for Locia and Emilia? All right. If no questions at this point, please remember that you can also post the questions later on to the Q&A, and then we will get the answers from you later. All right. Very good. Next company, Spacent and Antti Tuomela.
Yes. Hello. So hello everybody. My name is Antti Tuomela. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Spacent company, and we're enabling dynamic workplaces. Short history about Spacent company. We have done this in real world. We were most of us were involved with Aalto University campus development project, which was half a billion campus investment project in Finland, the second biggest in European countries. And there was one challenge. The utilization rate of the university campus was 24% during office hours. And at the same time, the university was investing a lot of money into new buildings and renovating old ones. And we started working on this model there. So we leased 50,000 square meters of space to office tenants and high school units and so on. And we got this idea of like building technologies to actually share spaces. And this Spacent company was established in 2019, which is a spin-off of the university. And we have all people have like a commercial real estate background, but also we've been working with the academics and so on. Today, we have about 20 people working for the company internationally, and we have several international corporations, universities, and building owners as clients. So the basic idea is here. If we think about the pre-pandemic time, big corporations and users thought that their buildings were kind of like activity-based units, isolated units with the fixed location, and they had all the different functions inside one building. Now, what is relevant after the during the pandemic and post-pandemic world is that more and more corporations are looking for dynamic workplaces. So what we are providing is kind of like a technology where you can transfer square meters or square feet also into hours of a network. So we think that the city should be used as an activity-based network with the smaller fixed locations dedicated for interactions and so on. So there's a lot of talk today about whether it's a kind of like a office building or are the corporations going to work in Zooms and in the future. So what we are gathering on this platform is space capacity and the capability of planning, management, and use of different resources on a city level. So we're combining co-working operators, hotels, and for example, university campuses for corporations to actually use all these shared locations. And then here are a few examples of the kind of like cities that we are investigating and working with. And the technology, what we are bringing to the technology-wise to the clients. We have a planning tool, a simulator tool for planning and decision-making, and we have lots of data monetization projects going on with building owners and large occupiers. Then we provide management tools for corporations to predict space use patterns, and it's a license fee-based business. And then we have a user interface an application for using and selling the shared resources. We have a subscription model, which is priced per city, and the commissions for transactions there. And if we think about, look at the competition in general, there are about plus 200 applications. How we differ in the market is kind of like the corporate real estate knowledge and the planning capability for a large organization to actually plan these solutions. We have different product lines. We have dynamic workplaces for the corporations, school as a service for the cities. We're operating about 10 high schools in Helsinki metropolitan area. We have an offering for building owners, this dynamic leasing, and then for universities, adaptive campus offering. So far, the results has been quite amazing. For corporations, plus 40% more flexibility, 35% decreased facility costs, and for the end users, freedom of choice on a city level and less commuting. And then for the operators and developers, we can provide more shared resource income, more flexibility, higher utilizations, but also increase in property valuations. So we have a lot of projects going on, for example.
Unfortunately, the time is up, but let's see if we have any questions from the audience. And while we are waiting, maybe you can wrap it up. So.
Okay, thanks. I'm happy to tell a bit more about this if you're interested.
And Antti, what are your plans regarding Singapore, and how is Singapore in your world?
Of course, Singapore is definitely on the roadmap. We have a lot of international clients, Finnish large corporations, international organizations that would look for this solution in Singapore as well. For example, Cargotec, Kone, Wärtsilä, and we're working with Microsoft in Shanghai, and they are present in Singapore as well. So, but then we know the university sector quite well as there.
Okay, good. And we have a question from the audience about, are you currently fundraising?
We have in a way closed our seed round, over 2 million euros or US dollars, but we are looking for A round. Because of the COVID-19 situation and the aggressive demand for the services, we might be looking for some kind of bridge funding before the A round and so on. But eventually, like next spring or next summer, we are looking for raising an A round for 10 million US dollars or so.
Okay. And is it only investors that you're looking from Singapore or any other?
Partners, projects, and so on. So we're kind of like open to all opportunities.
Okay. Good. And if we don't have any other questions from the audience, thank you so much, Antti. And then we're going to move forward. The next company is Carina Solutions, and we have Juha Lehtinen, I believe, presenting them.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so hello everybody, my name is Juha Lehtinen and representing Carina Solutions called Carina4, located in Turku in Finland. So Carina4 is an 8-year-old company doing this year roughly 40 million euro turnover, and we have been investing annually around 20% of the turnover to the new product development, meaning then that we are developing digital supply chain solution, which means both processes and software tool to manage those processes. We are roughly 100 people, split it 50-50 between the blue and white collars. The problem we are solving here is that in construction industry and also in marine industry, the utilization of the workers on the working sites are very, very low. And this is not because those people are so lazy, but they are seeking all the time something. They are waiting for the materials, they are seeking materials, they are seeking the tools, and they are transferring materials to one place to another. So only 20 to 30% of the utilization rate of the workers, and this is not our number. This is research from the many universities globally coming with the same number out. What are we doing to solve that one? So we have a digital supply chain solution with which we are then doing the work and material planning for the construction site and also marine industry. We are managing with that the material flows and also the reverse logistics, meaning then the waste flow away from the site. And with this, we can then ensure that we have the right materials at the right time, in the right place, with the right quantity, and we have the whole visibility and transparency to the flow all the time existing. Same time, we are reducing the waste and we can also summarize the CO2 load the construction site is creating. This is a little bit more in detail at how do we do that. So we concentrate to the product, some planning and work packages there. We are sourcing and purchasing the materials. We are following when they are floating to the site. They are marked with the QR codes, and we can read that one. And then we are directing those to the point of use. And we have that information in our pocket, meaning in mobile phone all the time, because this is the platform to run our solution. In a nutshell, what does this mean? What you need to do is the plan materials, then we can do automatic sourcing, procurement, and even financing, and take care of the logistics management. We are same time creating from the site the digital twin here. Value proposition 20 to 30%, and this is also verified numbers, not only our number. Material waste decreasing 3 to 7%, and whole visibility all the time in place, meaning then that also the throughput time of the site can be reduced roughly 20%. What we are seeking from the Singapore is of course customers, but same time local partners who can be our sales channels and also help us to develop the solution further in local, according to local requirements. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you, Juha. Right. Do we have any questions for Cardinal Solutions and Juha from the audience? And Juha, maybe while we're waiting the questions, what is, how does the Singapore roadmap looks like? And are you currently fundraising?
So we are not in Singapore yet. We are having some discussions in China. And what we are of course looking for is that, as I said, so the partners and also the customers, but same time we do know that we need to invest a lot to our solutions still, so we are seeking the investors also.
Okay. And what is your time frame for your fundraising?
It is now actually between 21 to 25. That is our plan now. So we have been running this system now 3 years here in Finland with the major Finnish construction companies. So we know that it works, and now we need to scale it up and develop further. And this is now, it's actually starting now when this needs to happen.
Okay, good. And then we have a couple of questions from the audience. First one is, what is your customer's typical ROI?
Customers, sorry, can you repeat? Customers?
Typical ROI.
For this kind of solution, so it is, we are speaking about that the fee to use that one is €100 per new apartment and €60 for the renovation. So the investment the customer needs to do there, it's minor. It's very, very small. So meaning then that they can get the benefit from the day one they start to use the system.
Okay, hopefully that answered Mikael your question. And then we'll do one more question from the audience. Have you had Asian customers in your past in shipbuilding industry?
So in shipbuilding industry, we have in Finland the Meyer shipyard, but then globally we have the cruise line operators like Royal Caribbean for the repairs.
Okay. Thank you, Juha, for those. And if we don't have any more questions from the audience, then let's move forward. The next company is Vektorio, and we have Matti Turunen presenting.
Okay.
Matti.
Okay, yeah, my name is Matti Turunen. I'm Business Development Manager at Vektorio. We are looking for customers and also partners. Here are the key problem statements listed by Singapore's stakeholders and our solution for those. The mission behind our product offering is to maximize the value of your existing BIM data. The key tool for collaboration is our model viewer tool. You can view and zoom into smallest details in massive combined models that include infra models, 3D models of buildings, 2D drawings, point cloud data to illustrate the actual situation in the field, and all this on top of map data. We have a strong set of collaboration tools in the Model Viewer tool to enable effective cooperation between the different stakeholders of the construction project. It works in a browser, so there is no installations needed either in desktop or mobile. It supports open and de facto standards, so data from all the main design tools can be shown in the browser on top of map. We provide integrations to other systems so that the latest information is always available for everybody without any manual steps. Even on-site with mobile, so that deviations from designs can be avoided. Vector BIM components can be used to enrich application UIs. They are reusable components for visualizing the BIM data that can be used in any custom application UIs. The application developer can focus on the business logic of the application and use the Vector BIM component to cover the BIM visualization part. With the accurate BIM data in your application, you can then have an up-to-date view to the situation at the construction site. Finally, we have the Vector analytics that can be used to automate and get insight to the complex BIM data to reduce the manual checks and improve the quality. I have split our offering to 3 categories according to the customer categories. So first one is our offering for large construction companies. Example company here is YIT, which is a major construction company here in Nordics. For them, we have provided a solution for bridge construction project management. They are building Finland's biggest bridge in the city of Helsinki, and Model Viewer is used in this project to visualize the combined models consisting of map data, 3D models, point cloud data for more than 500 users. And this slide, you can see an example how this massive combined BIM model is visualized in Vector Model Viewer tool. Second category is our offering for government agencies and enterprises and public agencies. The first example is from the Finnish Transport Infrastructure Agency. They use Model Viewer nationwide in road building and maintenance projects. In the projects, there are massive inframodel, IFC, DVG combinations together with map data, and all these are shown fluently also in mobile. Another client case here is Finavia, which is a national operator of 21 airports in Finland. They are using Vector Model Viewer to visualize the combined BIM and map data, enabling the collaboration at airports. The third area is the offering for large cities, and examples come from Finland, city of Espoo and Helsinki. So Espoo is utilizing the Vector Model Viewer for area planning and collaboration throughout the whole life cycle, from zoning to infra development, planning and construction, operation and facility management. And for Helsinki, we have provided facility management solution, utilizing the BIM data and integrated with the task management system. That's all. So as said, we are looking for customers and partners and willing to continue cooperation discussion how to maximize the BIM data value. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Matti. All right. And then let's open the floor for the questions from the audience again. And while waiting that Matti, perhaps you can open up a little bit, how does Singapore looks like in your roadmap?
Singapore is really advanced in terms of BIM utilization. So we see that's a really good first step towards Asia for us. So we are going abroad, and in Asia we think that the Singapore would be the good starting point.
Okay. And are you currently fundraising? Was a question from
not currently. So at the moment we are looking for customers and partners.
All right. And if we don't have any more questions from the audience, then thank you very much, Matti, for your presentation. And then we're going to move to the last category or the group. And the first company from that is CS Control Software, and we have Jarkko Laaksonen. Jarkko, over to you.
Yes. Good evening from Philippines. And first of all, I'm very sorry for the poor connection I'm having today because of some timing issue with the local operator. So CS Control Software is focusing on the applications that are meaningful for our customers. So we are building applications that save energy, and on the other hand, we are focusing a lot with power plant applications. So other hand is building something to provide the energy, and the other hand is trying to save the energy. We are right now located in 3 different cities: Espoo in Finland, Cairo in Egypt, and in Singapore we have something that we are today speaking about project office. So it means that every time when we are working in Singapore, we'll have a lot more employees than as a no project situation. Right now we are, for example, in Singapore working with energy storage application. We have very wide know-how about different types of applications as well as different type of customers. We are able to build AR, VR solutions for our customers. We are able to make data analysis applications and AI solutions. What I like to focus here a little bit more is our neural network-based solutions, what we have been building now, and the first one is controlling street lights. So we have been building several years street light applications, controlling street lights and dimming the light when there is possibilities based on the less traffic or good weather conditions or road surfaces is good for the traffic. We have applications in Sweden and Finland for this kind of systems, and we built already one pilot application in Singapore just to test the technology there. With street lights, we have several problems. We actually can lose a lot of energy by having the street light full power on whole time. And why we are not then shutting down everything is because we have to make sure that we still have safety on the street light. So if we are able to dim down the lights when there is not so much need, we are saving energy and decrease CO2 emissions. This is a little bit what we are doing. So it's clever application, and now it's AI solution that is estimating how the traffic is changing whole time, and the product is called Optimus. This product is based on the small hardware package and software inside the box, and the pilot has been successful running in Finland for more than 1 year. So it's about ready to be marketed everywhere. Same application can be then modified to guide the traffic flow, and the basic idea is that because each cities are losing so much money because traffic jam always, so we try to estimate how the traffic is changing and developing, and then guiding the traffic, rerouting and rescheduling the traffic light so that there will be not so many issues anymore. We are able to build several other applications as well connected to our system and visualizing the systems to everyone. I have been putting a couple of future slides, what we are thinking about future here, so please feel free to check those later. Some of our customers from industrial applications and street lights, like Osram Philips. These are the contact information for us, and I'm very interested to speak with you all and give more information, and hopefully with a better internet connection. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jarkko. I have one question here to start. You mentioned that you have a pilot project in Singapore. Is it something what you could share a little bit more about the outcomes and things like that?
Yep, the pilot project was mainly to test one hardware solution to be used in Singapore as well as communication. So we were a little bit worried about putting our modules inside the poles in Singapore because the weather conditions. We have been used to build applications in Nordic countries, so there is -20, +20. But inside the pole in Singapore, it's probably +60 or something like that. So that was the main reason why we built the application. The application was running well, and we learned also something new, so that we were not able to send the data from Singapore application to Finland to our server. It was kind of requirement to keep this kind of data. It's not active application anymore. It was just small test.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jarkko. And then we have one question from the audience regarding your fundraising. Are you currently fundraising or planning to do so in the near future? Jarkko, can you hear me?
Yes, we are probably next year. We are starting to fundraising for us ourselves. We have been. Yes, I do. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably next year we are starting fundraising, but we are also able to speak about possibilities to finance our customers. So we have, for example, now request from Singapore. One company is trying to find financing, and with the streetlight control systems, there is a way how we could be cooperating with investors so that the benefit what to say.
Okay, I think that Jarkko, we are losing you because of the bad connection. All right, but thank you, Jarkko, for your presentation. We're going to move forward, and then we have the last but not the least company, and that's coming from Norway. It's Crayon IoT, and we have Damir Kausevich presenting. Damir, over to you.
Thank you, Sami. Okay, hope everyone can clearly see me and hear me. Thank you for having me here. We are Crayon IoT. We are part of the Crayon group, and just briefly, what we do, we focus on both AI and IoT, but we've merged them into the symbiotic relationship of the artificial intelligence of things, known as the AIoT. As a company, Crayon Group exists for 18 years and operates on 45 markets. I mean, we operate everywhere, but our offices are on 45 markets, primarily with our own office, and then in some markets we have sales partners representing us. Currently, we are more than 1,600 employees, and we are also listed on the Oslo Stock Exchange. Just for understanding, for 6 years we're working with AI, and for the last 3 years with IoT. More than 70 data experts and hardware engineers. The offices which we have are focused primarily to the point of the Center of Excellence in Dallas for the North America, Oslo for the Nordics, Vienna for the rest of the Europe, Dubai for the Middle East and Africa, and of course Singapore office for Asia and Pacific. We are very agnostic when working with our partners, because primarily Crayon IoT is a IoT aggregator and a consultant, which means we are working with the customers in order to build the best architecture and the processes necessary for the implementation of IoT and AI in their business. And as well, we work with more than 4,500 partners, from which more than 700 are independent software vendors. And of course, all of our colleagues from Nordics we look at them as the potential partners, any given project, not only in Singapore, but anywhere globally. For now, we are looking for projects and partners to deliver within Singapore Smart City. And at the same time as I'm talking, there is a secondary, I would say, stream focused specifically on healthcare. And of course, my colleague from Singapore is the one presenting us there. We've also very much, as I said, we have all these partners, but we also have a very fantastic relationship with all of the major cloud vendors, meaning that Microsoft gave us an award last year for the best AI partner of the year. IBM just gave us this year IoT Partner of the Year, and we just re-signed a deal with AWS for the next 3 years. That means that with any one of these, we have absolute full access to their technologies, and that also means Alibaba, IBM's Red Hat, Oracle, and we are just bringing in Google. We've done more than 100 projects in really a lot of areas, and I have to admit, it's really hard to mention here something that's really impact your view on what we can do. But hello?
Yeah.
Somebody's talking in the background. Yeah, so we've done a lot of projects. So really, if you would like to have some specific requirement for specific type of the projects, I'm very much willing to present it to you later on. But straightforward, it's 0 to 100 to bring you into our scope, because with the data governance, once when you're in, you become a part of our center of excellences, depending on your location, and you get a full customer care, for which we have a specific service called Rob Concierge, Rhythm of Business. In reality, what really happens is we need to get the devices connected. Anything that can be from people, devices, objects, doesn't matter. That goes into the predictive maintenance, because we need to learn how it works in order to stop any wrongdoing. And later on, we'll get our cognitive services in place, because that starts the continuous innovation process. Because you can see here on the bottom, well, once when you get connected predictive, you're thinking about changing, adaptation, and innovation within the given processes. But then when the cognitive services jump in, you're practically thinking about changing your strategic values and capabilities. And of course, we apply digital twins, IoT security, blockchain. On the right-hand side, we see preparation. On the right-hand side, you see implementation. And in a nutshell, these are all of the industries that we worked in so far. So if you want to get much more meat on the bone, feel free to ask. My name is Damir, working for Crayon IoT. And also you can address our office in Singapore. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Damir. And let's see if we have any questions there coming from the audience. And Damir, while we were waiting questions, can you open up a little bit more, kind of like what kind of partnerships, collaboration opportunities you're looking for in Singapore?
Well, the thing is, what we provide is, of course, our experience in the work with any project, and of course we provide our bulletproof hardware, which is gateway. With any communication that's from the sensor to the gateway, and then from the gateway to the cloud, including edge computing on it. So that's our product. With our partners, we are looking for, of course, that niche technologies that fit the given project. Because what we do is, in order to avoid any kind of vendor lock-in, we build a modular approach to the projects, so that the customer gets the best of each. I would say, if you split it in numerous parts, you get the best of everything. And if something goes wrong, you don't have to sacrifice the whole project. Because of one instance, you can replace it. And because we are customer oriented, obviously, and what we also help them always is to have as the lowest as possible CapEx at the beginning, and really focus on their operational costs through the course of the project. Okay. Lars, yeah, thank you very much for your question. Regarding the support, let's say technically, not so much needed. Also, we are always open, even to we would like to speak with the local companies in Singapore, because we know it's a hub in Asia. But unfortunately, my colleagues are focused on a different kind of business. So that's why I'm here to get into the more IoT and AI for the Singapore market. And what support practically gets into these projects? get help to reach them, because we know that Punggol will be big, and of course I'm never going to say yeah we can do everything, but we need to identify the proper ones, and of course with the partners approach those and obviously win them. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you, Damir. All right. And if we don't have any more questions coming from the audience, so Crayon IoT was our last pitch today. And before you go, I want to quickly just to remind you about how then to continue the conversation with the companies. If you want to meet them individually, we will post the link again on the chat. You can see it also here, how to connect and book a one-to-one meeting to go a little bit deeper with the companies and discuss. And so like I said, if we don't have any more questions coming from the audience, we have now come to the end of our today's webinar. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for spending your Monday afternoon with us. And thanks again, and stay healthy, and goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.